Hi everyone, this is PokeHerb. One of the most frequent questions I get asked at league tournaments things is, or and by email is, and called on the phone is, how do I find a Pokemon tournament or league and when are they happening? So I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you need to do is go onto your computer, your iPad, your tablet, your phone even, and let's go into the browser and let's go to Pokemon.com. Here's Pokemon.com. Next thing we do is they have a section called Attend Events. So we'll click on Attend Events. So it's learn about play Pokemon, complete in-state championships, all different kinds of information. What you're looking for is find an event. So let's click on Find an Event. Okay. So basically this is the event locator. There's multiple ways to choose. So the most frequent way that I do this to find everything is I'd sort by distance, because what it does is it calculates how far things are from your city or your zip code, depending on what you want to put in. I usually put zip code. That seems to be the best way. So for sorter, I leave it at distance. Product type, whether you're interested in a trading card or video game or both, you can put both. For now, I'm just going to do trading card game. So first thing I want to do is, let's look for leagues. So leagues, tournaments, events. So when they have these little circles here, these are required fields. Except for here, you have a choice. You can either do city or your postal code. I usually do postal code. So I'm going to do my postal code 60193. And then I'm going to do my country. You got to do your country, United States. I leave this as all distance. I usually choose anything within 250 miles. You have multiple choices. 10 miles is very limited. Maybe 100 miles is all you're comfortable with. I like 250 miles because we'll drive pretty much anywhere within there to go to a tournament or a league or any event. We'll go anywhere in the world. I don't really need to know about the tournaments in Istanbul at this point. If we're there, I'll look it up when we're going there. So at this point, I'll say 250 miles. Date within, I always leave that as any. And then results per page, I always put up 100 results. I like to see the most I can per page. Okay? So then I scroll down and then I click search. All right, so now it's showing me all the different leagues. So we've got a league in Schaumburg. And so let's go through column by column. The first column is product. There's two things, the card game or video game challenge. Some leagues will only allow you to play the card game. Other leagues like these it's either card game or video game. They're both valid things to play at league. Next is the type. We selected leagues. These are all leagues. So these are all leagues. These are the names of the leagues. These are locations of the leagues. So there's a league right in Schaumburg. Status, active. So these are active leagues. And then here is the next date or time that league will be meeting. So this league is going to meet on February 27th at 6:30. So that's a weeknight. This one is meeting February 23rd, this Sunday at 12:30. This league their next meeting is March 9th, which I believe is also a Sunday. I may be incorrect. They're meeting at 2 p.m. and so forth. So you see different places, different locations, different cities. And this is the distance they are from the zip code you put in. So you might say, well, you put 60193, it's saying 1.2 miles. Well, it's approximate. So it's not exact. You always need to, if you want to, you always go in and do Google Maps or that so you can find out exactly directions and how far they are. So as you see, we'll page down. You'll see these are all the different leagues. So there's Oswego leagues. There's Plainfield. There's a lot of leagues within. Let's see, within 100 miles, we have a ton of leagues here for you to play. So within my zip code. So lots of things to choose. So at this point, the Pokemon website, unfortunately, it does not let you click on the leagues. But this is they still need to put a fix in. But if they did, you would be able to click on the league and find out the information about who's holding it, where they're holding it, what times they're holding it. Unfortunately, right now, there is no way for you to be able to click. It used to be you could click here. So kind of doesn't work very well at this point. But this is where you would find out about the leagues. So my feeling is that if you find one on here, you can go ahead and you can contact at the very bottom of the page. So there's a contact customer service for Pokemon. I would send them something to find out when their league is, to say, hey, I want information on this league. But right now, there seems to be an issue. You can't click to find out information on the league. So we'll move on to trying to find tournaments. So we'll go back and scroll up. So now we're going to look for a trading card game, and we're going to not click on leagues, but we're going to click on tournaments. And we're going to say premier events because most of the tournaments are premier events for Pokemon, like the league challenges, states, cities, regionals, nationals, worlds. Those are premier events. But this way we'll get regular tournaments that aren't premier events that someone may be happening, and pre-releases of premier events. And we'll also get the premier events. And we'll leave the criteria the same. My zip code, United States, all states, 250 miles, date within any, and the results per page. So we will click search. So as you see here, these are a different color. You can click on them, which you used to be able to do with the leagues. But this is the best that we could. This is the best that they have so far. So we see that there's on February 22nd, the Streamwood Pokemon League is having the Froakie League Challenge Tournament. Buffalo Grove, they're having a League Challenge Tournament. The next one out there, March 15th, and remember, this is by distance. So March 15th, down in Chicago, they're having the Illinois State Championships. Rockford, they're having they have a regular Saturday, every Saturday at noon, weekly tournament. It's not a premier event, but it is things where you can, play against each other, earn packs, try to win stuff. Very fun to play in Rockford. So then we have the Madison League Championship. So we're showing every tournament that's going to happen within 250 miles. So all the way to Michigan, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, Indianapolis, a lot of league challenges. So let's click on the first tournament we have here, the Streamwood Froakie League Challenge. So, and this is kind of exactly when the leagues are, you're able to click on the league. This is pretty much exactly what you find here. Is it gives you the name of it, when it's going to be, when there's registration, what is the tournament? Is it a trading card game or a video game challenge? What kind of event it is? This is a premier event. League challenge, so it's a Streamwood Pokemon League. Status, it's a sanctioned league. Organizer, phone number, contact this organizer. Poplar Creek Library is where it's at. It even gives you the option to map to the library from where you're at. It has a little information about it, tells you admission is free, and it gives you different details. So that's how you would do. So if we wanted to find out more about another tournament, so let's go back. Let's look at the Illinois State Championship. So the Illinois State Championship is going to be on March 15th. Registration is going to be from 8 to 9:30 in the morning for the state championship. If you're going, I would get there early. The organizer is Jimmy Ballard. Here's how you contact it. Looks like it's going to be at his store on the south side of Chicago. Admission is free for juniors and seniors. Masters, you're going to have to pay $20. And then he has a URL where you can find more information. So, state championships. Let's see what other kind of tournaments here. I don't see any video game tournaments at this point on here. You know what? Though we didn't select video games, so you know what? We'll do that next. So let's look at a non-premier event. So this is Rockford. So this is their weekly. Tells you what kind of tournament, registration time. This is a trading card game. It's not a premier event, but it is a sanctioned event, so you'll earn play points. Play points are important because if you want to play at nationals, you have to have a certain amount of play points to qualify to play at nationals. So there's further information on the Pokemon website to show you that. And when that information comes out, we'll make a video of that. Here's the organizer, Camille. Lovely lady. Here's her phone number. Here's to contact her by email. It's at a different Top Cut Comics, the one in Rockford. Actually, it's Loves Park, but they call it Rockford. There's a for you to Google Map to it if you want. Mission is free. And it just explains a little bit about the tournament. So that is how you find tournaments. So now we'll go back, and there's more tournaments all, so any of these, they'll give you all that information. So let's go back to the screen. So now we're going to say, I don't want trading card games. I just want video game tournaments. Okay? Same information everywhere. We're just changing it from there. So then we're going to search. So within 250 miles, not a lot of video game tournaments. And actually, Pokemon is trying to have more kind of video game tournaments, but they're few and far between at this point. So, especially Premier. So the only Premier one right now is going to be the regional championships in Madison. So we'll just click on the Masters. So on April 13th, we're going to have the video game championships in Madison. It's going to be at Monona Terrace. Registration is from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. So that means you have to be registered by 8:45. Otherwise, you're not part of the tournament. Organizers Jimmy Ballard. It's at Monona Terrace, a really nice place up in Madison, Wisconsin. So there's a video game. It looks like, so we get back in the browser. And the good thing with Pokemon is you go back and forth with the browser here. So there's going to be a tournament, a video game tournament that's not a premier event, but a sanctioned one at the Brickyard Crossing Golf Course, which is actually on the Indianapolis 500 racetrack, which is very cool. They're going to have a tournament on this tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., a video game, a non-sanctioned tournament. So that's pretty neat. So they're charging $5. They're giving away a $25 Visa gift card. So I mean, this shows you, you get all the information you want. So you can search. So let's go back to the original search page. Let's say you just want to look at everything, which is what I usually do. So I have trading card game, leagues, tournaments, you name it, everything within 250. I want to see what's going on. So we search. Same issue. You can't click on the league, but at least you can see when it is. So this way you see all the different leagues. You see the card. You see what product they are. See, some are card games, some are video game, some are premier, some are league, some are just regular tournaments. You can see where they're located, whether they're active or sanctioned. These are all active and sanctioned. You get the date and the time. The time is usually the time that you need to be there by. So if you're not there by that time, there's a possibility that's when they're starting, either registration or they're starting the actual league. So you need to be there. And then the distance from where you're at. And like I said, right now with the league you can't, so I'd recommend you go down to the customer service and contact them to get you league information. That's about it. So that's how you find the leagues and tournaments on the Pokemon pages. So hopefully this helps you, and we'll be making future informational videos to help you find your way around Pokemon.com and find tournaments and leagues so you can participate in our game. This is Pokier saying good night.